What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Team of the Season McGeady. Obviously he is an SBC player, and as you see on the screen, that is the team that I got rid of to get this McGeady. Looking at how much he's going to cost you, it's around about 66.5k on the Xbox and 58k on the PlayStation. Whether that's worth it, obviously we'll discuss that in this video, and I'll let you basically know what the ins and outs of him. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have done this if it weren't a Team of the Season. If it was just a normal promo, more than likely I'd have probably passed on this one. But as it's Team of the Season, I thought, you know what? I want to really try and make a full effort to get the SBC players and do as many as I can throughout, obviously, the whole of the Team of the Season. So I thought, you know what? I'll give him a go. 66k really isn't that much. And obviously with the SBC League farming, you can pretty much make that quite easily, to be honest. Obviously everyone that is kind of big now in rating wise is come down dramatically with obviously Team of the Season coming out. But we move on. So with the SBC, all you've got to do is give up one Ireland player, which more than likely you want to give up Coleman. I think he's relatively the cheapest one. 80 rated right back. So you will need to put something else in there, like an 84, potentially an 85. Realistically, that would help quite a lot. Then you need 2 informs and an 83 rated squad with 80 chem. So pretty much BPL is a very nice way to go with it. Everyone's relatively cheap, so just bear in mind that. But also, as I record this video, Sissoko has came out in SBC, so obviously the BPL and stuff like that will be a little bit more expensive. So what my suggestion to you would be is to do this during lightning rounds and all of that, as obviously you'll get some really nice snipes from people just lazy putting up, basically. So moving on. So the basic information for McGeady is the 5-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. That is fantastic. That's the main reason why I looked at him. Obviously the 5-star skills is fantastic. He's right-footed, 5'10", with a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive. Obviously being the left mid, he can cut in quite easily on his right, but still has that 4-star to make sure that he can cross on his left as well. He has come from a 73 rated card as well, so 85, it's not too bad. It's 12 ratings higher. I can kind of get behind that, to be honest. But also, what leads me to believe is when the guaranteed Team of the Season comes out, obviously we've already had one. When the community one comes out, either Tuesday or Wednesday, I feel like it will require Team of the Season cards. And this leads me to believe that Odegaard will not be eligible for that Team of the Season. I believe that is a separate entity with Team of the Season moments. I don't think they'll be interlinked just for the fact that they've brought out these cards. So, interesting to see. Obviously, Odegaard was really cheap, and that probably is the reason why the fact that you can't actually use him in anything Team of the Season related. Moving on to some stats for McGeady: 87 pace, 86 shooting, 84 passing, and 87 dribbling. Obviously, the dribbling is where we're looking at the most. 99 agility, which was really nice. The pace seemed a little bit slower than what that says, to be honest. I thought he could get round players, but he didn't seem incredibly quick on the ball. I don't know if that's just personally my perception of him, just purely for the fact that I've got quite a few fast players throughout the team. So that possibly is just me, but he didn't seem to be mega quick in that sort of regards. And obviously with his only having 68 strength, you want to make sure that he can get away from the defenders. But the main thing that you can do with McGeady is obviously his skill moves. So that is a big bonus on him if you do know the 5 stars pretty well. He's very good at that, and you'll see a few that I do try. I'm not a massive skiller. I know a few basic ones and a few advanced ones, but realistically there's not a huge lot. I kind of just like putting a combo together, using what I can and seeing if it comes off. And obviously with the 5-star skiller, it just makes it look that even more sleeker and smoother, so I do like trying that. He does have 90 shot power and 96 long shots, which is really nice, but only has 78 finishing and 83 attacking positioning. For me, the card screams basic, and that's not just kind of disregarding the card in total, but he seemed relatively average. I wouldn't put him in a FUT Champs team, to be honest. Even though obviously I used him and Collins to link up really well. Collins, I was going to do a review on him, but after using him, I couldn't do it. There just really wasn't anything that I wanted to say about him that realistically was going to give you any insight into that card. As obviously the EFL, I was going to do a few of them, but then with the community having quite a lot, I don't want to oversaturate the channel with content, and obviously I've got to make sure I can make time for all of it. So I may do a couple. Obviously I did get Bowen in a pack, so I've already got the clips for him, so I more than likely will do him at some point, but I didn't really want to do too much of it. If there is some kind of top rated players in there, like Abraham is another really nice one that is actually a usable card in FUT Champs potentially, so I may be looking at them rather than looking at the low rated, the mid rating and stuff like that. So that's just something extra. But McGeady seemed to outplay him, which is obviously always nice, but the main issue with the card is, for one, is 66k as an 85. Sissoko at the minute is about 110 and is an 88 BPL player. Obviously, McGeady is League 1, is he, I believe? So that again contributes into who you can actually link him with. There's not really many Republic of Ireland players that you can link him with or want to link him with. Obviously, you've got Shane Long in the the record breaker card, that if you did that, that's always a nice one to link him with, but that's only a soft link. Then you've got to really have icons. Obviously there's Keane, who would give you a strong link, which if you did have him is a really nice link with him, but apart from that, that's about it. So for me, I wouldn't say he's worth it. Not for 66k with Team of the Season popping. You've got so much more that you can put that in. 66k can get you an 89 Oscar. It can get you the 87 PSV wing. Obviously, the main thing that I think that McGeady brings to the table is the 5-star, the 4-star, and then possibly kind of the headers. I really liked his headers for some reason. He was really good at that. But apart from that, he was very bog standard, very average, and personally, I just can't see him ending up in many people's teams, if any at all. Obviously, if you're a McGeady fan, then that's something different. But apart from that, I really can't see him being that usable of a card. So with that being said, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. I'm thinking more, I don't want to be too harsh on him, but at the same time, with the ratings being so high, because we're getting a lot of top rated cards, I want to be a little bit more stricter on my ratings, purely for the fact that obviously I don't want to give him, say, a 7 or 8 and then I give an 89 BPL Team of the Season an 8. And it's like, well, how far away was McGeady to him? Because realistically, he is quite far away from a lot of the Team of the Seasons I've used already. And that's just a fact of it, really. I think he will... It is one of them cards. It's an 85. It's a nice card to have as kind of like a Team of the Season. And that's the main reason why I did him, is more collector's value rather than actually playable value. So let me know if you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.